My name's Kyle Mack, and I'm the co-founder and CEO of Middesk. Middesk is the business identity platform. We provide a set of products to help you verify and underwrite business customers. So if you onboard businesses as part of your product, this presentation is the one for you. As a consumer, it's pretty easy to forget how easy it is to get access to things like Venmo and Robinhood and Betterment. But one of the reasons it's so easy is that there's a whole set of infrastructure providers that provide fairly reliable access to identity information about people like you or me. But if you onboard businesses, you don't really have that same luxury. Business data products are incomplete, and they're inaccurate. And one of the big reasons for that is that when a business forms, they're typically trying to get access to things like a bank account or a payments company, a credit card, within only a few weeks of forming the company. So imagine if after I was born, 3 weeks after that, I tried to open up a bank account. Imagine how hard it would be to verify me as a baby and underwrite me, right? There's no information available. And so Middesk's vision is to make B2B onboarding frictionless. And we've really invested in building a new data infrastructure for providing access to reliable information about businesses. Let's go to the demo. So the way that our industry has typically worked is you really have two options. So the first option would be you can partner with some of the big incumbent data providers that I think everybody here knows the names of. And the second option would be that you can partner with a data aggregator, and that aggregator is focused on building a nice API, and they have a great looking dashboard. The problem, though, is that those products are built on top of the same data companies that you all are already used to working with. So if you only remember one thing about my time up here, it's that Middesk has rebuilt the data infrastructure from the ground up for business data. We have no dependencies on any other third-party companies. We spent the last 3 years in business going to all the state agencies throughout the country, partnering directly with them. And we build and maintain a data set that allows us to say with confidence, we have data on every single registered business in the country, and we keep that information up to date every day. So I'm going to walk you through the product. It's pretty straightforward. The first thing I'm going to show you is how you order a business. We have a dashboard. Our whole dashboard product's built on top of an API. The majority of the volume we process for companies like Affirm and Shopify, Bluevine, Brex, is really coming through the API. We also have a great network of partners, companies like Alloy and Mantle, companies like Unit 21, that you can access Middesk through. So with just a few limited inputs, we'll provide you a rich response. When a report is created, it's populated here in our dashboard. We have a fairly basic case management system that analysts can use. Now I'm going to actually show you a report. So I just want to talk about two things on this report. The first is what you see on the left, which is what we call insights. And insights are business rules. And each business rule is designed to map back against industry best practices for compliance programs, fraud programs, and for underwriting programs. Each business rule has a status, success, a warning, or failure, and that corresponds to the amount of risk associated with that policy application to that specific business. And you can use those insights and those business rules to decide who you want to instantly approve, who you might want to instantly reject, and who you want to send for review. It's pretty straightforward. We also return a bunch of supplemental information, and there's too much for me to actually go through in the demo. So I'm just going to talk about a few things that I'm excited about. So the first is what we call our documents functionality. I would imagine that many of you have a requirement to ask for certain business documents at the point of onboarding, things like articles of incorporation, other types of documents, maybe to satisfy documentary evidence requirements for your CIP programs, maybe as a way to help your analysts get ahead of information issues that they might have. That puts a lot of friction on your customers, uploading those documents. I'm not sure I could find ours. And so instead, Middesk actually sources those documents for you. Again, through our relationships with the state agencies, we can give you the articles of incorporation through the API, just based on the name of the company and an address. So that helps to deliver a great customer experience. The second thing that I'll show you is something I'm excited about. We just recently launched a partnership with Socure to be able to do integrated KYC and KYB. We spent the first 3 years of the business really focusing on the data infrastructure for business information. And we got very good at verifying business entities, registered business entities. But as you know, to onboard a business, it's not just about the business, the people as well. And so we now have a partnership with Socure, where we can offer a best-of-breed solution for the full-stack business onboarding and KYB screenings that you need to do. And the final thing that I'm going to talk about is what we call subscriptions. So because Middesk owns the data infrastructure from the ground up, we can make decisions about how often we refresh our data. And in many states, that's every day. So what that means is that as information about businesses change, we know about it quickly. In many cases, that same day or the next day. And so if you build against our API or you use our dashboard, you can subscribe your entire portfolio of companies to us. We'll watch for changes, things like dissolutions, entity name changes, officer changes, address changes. As soon as we recognize the change, we'll push you an update. So instead of doing periodic reviews every few years, we can actually push you those things in real time, so you have those updates immediately as they're made available. So if you're looking at this and you're kind of thinking, this seems pretty straightforward, feels fairly familiar, that's actually kind of the point. We're really not trying to convince you to rethink your entire KYB program, right? But it's actually for us about fixing the infrastructure that sits underneath probably most people's program in here. Really focus on the data, ensure you have trusted information to make decisions, and that drives real business impacts. So I got a few seconds left, so just to recap, Middesk, we're building the business identity platform. We can help you do a few things. We can help you deliver a better customer experience by reducing the amount of information you need to ask your customers for. We can help you drive decreases in operational overhead, and we'll do that by making sure that your team has the information they need to make decisions quickly. And then finally, we'll help you reduce risk by making decisions on more educated data. Thank you.